What are your concerns, and why are we seeing that from this group early on in terms of hurting themselves early with turnovers and getting behind significantly these last two nights?
I look at this Knicks team right now, and like this is a analogy that's been used before, often describing like rookies. Whether in basketball or any sport, they're like a baby giraffe right now, where you got these limbs and they're flying everywhere. Sometimes they're working in unison, and when they do, you could kind of see the vision, right? You could kind of see what the front office was thinking when they put this team together. And then there are times where it's like, oh, everything's going in a different direction and it looks clunky and nobody is really pulling their oars in the same direction. And I don't like, to me, if I was to boil down their struggles into one kind of thing, it's just that, like, these are guys who are not used to playing together as a unit. And I would even go further than that and say, on defense, certainly kind of an entirely new way of going about trying to defend teams. Like the back line of rim protection was always the saving grace, right? No matter what happened out on the perimeter, you always had that back line. Now it's the opposite. Now, if your perimeter defense is not good, nothing's good is gonna happen when they get to the interior. And on the offensive end, this has been Jalen Brunson's show for 2 years, but last year it reached a level where after, the injuries, certainly to Julius Randle and OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson was the highest usage player in the league, and to go from that to now, you could argue that Jalen Brunson is no longer the most threatening offensive player on the team if you just go and look at Karl-Anthony Towns and all of the different things that he could do. No, I'm not saying Towns is better than Brunson or that Brunson shouldn't be, have the ball a lot. He absolutely should. But to try to figure out, okay, I need to figure out how we feature Towns in this offense, how we potentially run through Towns in this offense sometimes, to say nothing of your Mikal Bridges and OG Anunobys of the world and Josh Hart's. Well, at the same time, like, they're only going to be at their best when he is hitting shots. I'm looking at it right now. This is a guy who's never shot below 46% from the short mid-range in his career. He's hitting 37% from that distance. He is very clearly out of sorts, and I think he's searching. I think you saw him trying to find it, and that results in some turnovers. It results in some stagnant possessions. I'm not putting it all on him, but ultimately, you go as far as the head of the snake is going to take you, and it's all just kind of off right now.